Hello, Raghu.
नमस्ते सर.
Namaste. How are you?
गुड सर. और आप कैसे हैं?
मैं भी ठीक हूँ. मैं भी बढ़िया.
बहुत दिन हो गया, मिस हो गया, मिस कर रहा था आपकी क्लासेस.
हाँ, मैंने दोबारा से शुरू किया पतंजलि योग सूत्र Sunday to Sunday. You can join if you want to hear the Yoga Sutra. We are doing at every Sunday 7 o'clock in Indian time. So you
ओके
can
ओके
join
सर.
the Yoga Sutra.
सर वो
So
जो पुराना सीरीज नहीं आएगा सर अब?
पुराना सीरीज एक्चुअली इसमें कुछ करेक्शंस, कुछ रप्ट का फाइल करप्ट हो गया तो उसको
ओह ओके. अच्छा
विजिट
सर.
कर रहे हैं. But from very beginning, we are starting the Raja Yoga Sutra in every Sunday, 7 o'clock in Indian time. So you can join
Okay
there.
sir. So we recorded session is there in YouTube because
No,
7
no,
a.m.
it's
is
just live classes.
because 7 a.m. for me would be too
Oh,
early.
yes, yes, recorded sessions are there. Recorded
Okay
sessions are there in a YouTube, so you can join
okay
the YouTube also. Yeah,
okay sir. Great. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So, hello
Hello
Zil, how
Jill.
are you?
Good morning, everyone. I'm good. I'm currently on the Mediterranean, enjoying some sunshine. So
Okay.
yes, my first holiday in a couple of years, like most people, I think. So yes, having
Okay,
a few
great.
days rest.
Okay. And Iyana, how are you? Good morning.
Morning. Nice. Also great.
Siraina is also here. Hello, Siraina. So it seems you are in a morning breakfast.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. So Tanja is also here. Hello, Tanja.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Sorry, no video.
Chaitanya is also here. Hello, Chaitanya, if you are here. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Pranam Guruji. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Okay. So, today what I'm going to talk is my favorite, very, very close to me. And when I have to talk on this subject, I feel so happy. It's not like I'm teaching, it's like I am like dancing, I'm in a party. so, so it's my favorite subject today, what I'm talking about. So I hope you will also enjoy with me. And today's topic is Nada Yoga. I don't know how many of you heard about it, but it is a type of some you can say listening practice or some musics. So let's go through this practice little more. So before we go to practice, I would like to have a small meditation just for starting. So sit in a comfortable posture. Make your spine erect, head and spine in a straight line, and eyes gently closed. Now take few deep breath in and out, and flush out all the worries, tensions, the stress. And when you inhale the prana, inhale the energy. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Now slowly internalize yourself and listen the sounds coming from outside and inside, very subtle sounds. Try to listen very subtle sounds. Maybe the farthest sound, the sound coming from very far, very subtle. Don't stick with one sound. Don't recognize the sound. Don't go to the source of the sound. Just listen it. Go deep inside you and try to listen the most subtle sound if you can, or the most farthest sound if you can. Don't stick with one sound. Change your mind from one sound to another sound. Listen very subtle sound, as subtle you can listen. Okay, now you make some sound from your breath, ujjayi breathing. You little contract your throat and make some ujjayi breathing, a sound from your throat, and try to listen it. Try to listen the sounds. Sound of your own breath. You may feel the sound is like soham. When you inhale, it sounds like so, and when you exhale, it sounds like hum. Listen your own breath. Okay, just release and relax back to your normal breath, normal. Externalize yourself, feel your body. Now bring your awareness to the eyebrow center and visualize there a golden flame. We will chant 3 ohms all together. Take deep breath in. Now back to your body once again. Rub your palms and place your palms over your eyes and hands down, eyes open. Welcome to today's session. And you can see on the screen somebody is trying to listen. What is the Nada Yoga? Nada, mostly people understand it is something with the music, something with the songs, orchestra, concerts. But here in the yoga, Nad is something where we say primordial sound, the eternal sound, which we have to listen with great awareness, with a subtle awareness, and it is not easily heard. So we come into proper concentration to listen those sounds. So let's go through what we do to listen the sounds. Before we go through the Nada Yoga, the primary concept of Nada Yoga is the creation is the music of God. So, whatever creation we see all over in the world, outside the globe, in the universe, outside the universe, what all the creation, it came from the vibrations. And this vibration is came out from our ultimate source. So we can say our world is permeated throughout by the waves and vibrations. And we have different terminologies to explain it. I here talk about the two words anahat and anhad. Anhad is Islamic word and anahat is the Sanskrit word. Because in Sufism also Nada Yoga is practiced from long time. Even before the Muhammad came, also in Asia, we practice it in the name of Anahat. The Anahat are those sounds which are not come by some friction. Mostly the sounds come by the friction or when two things collide each other, then sounds come. But the sounds which here we are talking about is anahat, without any friction. So the sounds not coming by the friction. And anhad means, had means the limitation. Anhad means no limitation. The sound which we are talking about don't have any ends, finite, limits. They are infinite. So the sounds which we are talking about, anhad and anahad, this is practiced all over the globe, in all religion, and in all various rituals and systems in various part of the world. Somehow people forgot, some people change the meaning, but every prophet, the saints, talked about this creation is the music of the God. Now, what happened when you do this practice? What happened when you try to listen in a deep and you get some primordial sound, cosmic sounds, what I'm talking about? it says that it brings harmony. It brings harmony to the emotions and allow recognition to unresolved emotions. These sounds which I am talking is so harmonious, melodious, that it balances your emotion. The most of our problem arises with the emotions. So it brings a harmony. It brings a proper tuning with your emotions, with your mind, with your intellect. Many times intellect and emotions goes in different directions. And this is what the eternal sound, which unresolve the emotions, it recognizes, balances, and give a proper harmony. Not only that, there are so many blockages of prana. When prana passes through the nadi or junctures of nadis, the pranic passages, then many times it get blocked, and these energy can be unresolved, or you can say unblocked by the nada. So nada is such a practice. Most of you have seen a dancing Shiva, a murti of dancing Shiva. We say Nat Raja. So if you've seen the Natraj dance, the dancing Shiva, the symbolic picture of dancing Shiva, then Shiva is dancing on a small man. If you go through the leg which is down, the right leg which is down on the ground, the Shiva is standing on a man, a small man. Many people don't know what this symbol means. What does it mean? This is actually not a man, but it is called apasmar. It is a psychological term. The meaning of this terminology is our nature to forget the things, our nature to forget the basic, the fundamental things inside us. That's why we lose the common sense, we lose the eternal understandings. That is called apasmar. And because of that, many of the natural strength we couldn't reveal from inside us because of this apasmar. And apasmar can be controlled only by nada. In Shiv Puran, it is written that when apasmar become broader and whole world forgot about the spirituality, whole world forgot about who am I, what is the main resource of our evolution, where we came from. And this is symbolized by a devil. His name is Mar or Apasmar. It is also in Buddhism. Similar stories in Buddhism also. And then Lord Shiva played Damru. He has a type of drum. He played and make some nada, some sound, some music. And that music controlled this apasmar. And then he danced over the apasmar. This is actually a symbolic meaning. It has a symbolic meaning. So whenever we disconnect from our true nature, whenever we forgot or mislinked with the truth, with the eternity, then it is the nada who or which can rejoin us, who can connect us, who can remove this missing link. That is what the story says. Also, we have several type of brain waves. Nowadays, you have heard about the neural sounds. You can see in YouTubes, in CDs, many marketing agencies, they sell different types of neural sounds, and they claim that these sounds is going to give you a good sleep or strength or medical supports. They named as alpha, beta, theta, delta, gamma. Nowadays, varieties of these binaural sounds are famous. But the main thing is that what the Nada Yoga says, the sound, we need not to listen from outside. All the sounds are there inside you. But nowadays, science proved it. The electromagnetic field which our neurons create in the brain, it also producing some brain waves. The alpha, beta, theta. In alpha state, we commonly very conscious, where in beta state, we are not conscious. In theta state, we are in a deep sleep. That's why you have heard about the advertisement, get a theta, beats of theta and go in a deep sleep. So these are what? Actually the brain waves. Your biorhythm, the mechanism of the neurons. When pineal gland release some hormones, some chemicals, the brain transmitter not work as a simple glands. The neurotransmitter work with electromagnetic waves, and these waves actually can be heard by the yogis. The Nada yogis can listen those sounds, and when you listen those sounds, then what happened? You can balance your right hemisphere and left hemisphere. You can decrease the stress. You can balance the hormones like dopamine, morphine, and many others. You create relaxation and improve sleep. It stimulates the production of endorphins and reduces the production of stress hormones. You need not to purchase various type of binaural sounds. It may work or may not, but everything is there in your brain, and you just listen it and you can create whatever you want. That is the great benefit from the Nada Yoga. It increases the confidence, because when you harmonize from inside, when your inner self is completely balanced and harmonized, you naturally get the confidence, the self-esteem, the gravity, the self-expressions. You can feel your voice get changed. You can feel your communication get strengthened. This is all what the Nada yogis develop just by listening the sounds. It enhances the ability to remain clear, focused, even in a overstimulated society, even in a market, in a crowded area, many obstacles, many fluctuations. You can keep your focus, you can keep the inner silence, you can keep all your inner steadiness. One of the great benefits from the Nada Yoga to make a balance between masculine and feminine aspect of ourselves. You know, many of us have some imbalance. Nowadays, you can see the imbalances very frequently in all over the world. Everybody, all of us have some qualities of masculine psychology and feminine attribute in us. Sometimes it expresses in a various ways. We all are made up of the both qualities. But the feminine have the more feminine aspects as well. The male has the more masculine psychology or psychological aspects, the traits. So according to the traits, we are different. And it develops in a very genetic nature, in a chromosomes. And that's why somebody develops as a male boy and somebody develops in a female. It's just a body. It's just a trait, psychological trait. And this imbalance remain inside whole our life. We can make ourselves balance. That's why one of the name of Lord Shiva is Ardhanarishwar. Have you seen a Shiva in a half women and half male? And every consciousness have these two nature, male and female nature. But these half male and half female, the yin yang, it shows the inner balance of masculine and feminine aspect. And Nada yogis can do it very profoundly. That's why the Nada yogis has really very balanced nature. It facilitates whole body, listening through the increasing our auditory perception. It's not only ear which listens. Every cell has a tendency or sensitivity to catch the vibrations. And when you grow in another yoga, you will deeply understand how it works. Also, if you are a practitioner, you can expand your consciousness and facilitate the ability to reach altered state. There are so many states, variations, or dimensions of our consciousness. And since we are very monotonous with our vibrations, that's why we live in a specific dimension of consciousness. But you can develop the other dimensions and reach to different states of your consciousness. It boosts intuition and self-awareness. When you practice Nada Yoga, you will feel all the siddhis, intuitions easily revealed as compared to the Hatha Yoga system, Kundalini Yoga system, and all other systems. In Tantra, where Parvati and Shiva samvad, the talking between Shiva and Shakti, it is stated that there are millions of practice of meditation in all over the world. In the millions of the practice, Nada Nusandhan or Nada Yoga is the best practice. Why? Because it very quickly reveals the inner powers. Not many efforts. For the Nada Yogis, you need not to go through several power yoga, asana, twisting your body, become an athlete. You need not so many work with your breath. Just listen the melodious sound and become a saint. What a nice, easy method. You have to just listen the sounds. Just by listening the sounds, you can raise the Kundalini up. You open the chakras. you come into any of the samadhi. No any tapas, no any austerity, neither any type of ritual principles and rules. Wow, so easy. So that's why Lord Shiva said, amongst all the meditation practices, the millions of meditation practice, Nada Yoga is the best. But you know, the simple thing is little hard, or the common sense is very uncommon. It seems very simple, okay, just listen and become a master. Just listen and realize the soul. But the thing is that the listening itself is very nice concentration, and we always run away from the concentration. You see, if you are listening me properly, you are very concentrate. If you not listen me, if you are thinking something else, then you are not listening me properly. Then you are out of the class, actually. So when you are listening, you cannot think. And when you are thinking, you cannot listen. These both cannot go together. That's why the listening is an art. If you are a proper listener, then you can know everything. And if you are not a proper listener, even if you see whole world, nothing will go inside the brain. So they are the two doors of the brain, you know. Yes, the next benefit of Nada Yoga is it changes the karma, the past, future karma. Means, in the fourth chapter of Yoga Sutra, if you go through very deeply, you will understand the yogis can fix their karmas, future and past, by their will. They can adjust their karmas by their will. And this can be done only by the nada. There is no other methods, neither by the prana, chakra, nothing. You can do only and only by the prana, or only by the nada. You can change the timing of your karma. You can postpone your prarabdha to and fro. And yogis can do that. That is what the special power behind the Nada Yoga. And that's why the next, what I'm going to say, it develops a sense of being. You are a listener. You are not a singer. You are a listener. The listener is a natural drashta, a natural witness. A listener is a natural observer. Either you are a doer or an observer or a witness. But when you become a listener, it naturally develops the sense of witness. That's why when you practice the Nada Yoga, you develop the sense of being inside you. And what happens when you develop the sense of being? It decreases the sense of isolation and increases the sense of unite and innate connection with the divine. And as much as you isolate from the divinity, you are more in mundane affairs. And as much as you unite and innate with the divinity, you are closer to the Supreme. Now, if you understood the various benefits of Nada, you might want to know what is actually Dada, what types of sounds is there. The normal sounds, whatever you heard in your life up to now by your ears, the sounds which can be heard is called Baikhari, which can be heard by your ear. We not include the Baikhari sounds in Nada Yoga. Bakery sounds are not included here. The next type of sounds is called Madhyama Nada. That from here you can say the real practice start. It could be the sound of your breath. It could be the sound of the binaural sounds, waves in your brain. It could be your heartbeat. Whatever sounds naturally your ear cannot listen. That type of sounds. That type of sounds come under this Madhyama Nada. And other people cannot listen. Only you can feel. Your breath, your heartbeat, your palpitations, your inner waves, only you can hear. And that is the starting of the Nada Yoga. We say Madhyama Nada. And when you move further, then you will going to heard about the Pashyanti Nada. Pashyanti Nada. Pashya means to see. The word Pashya, I think all of you heard about Vipassana, isn't it? Vipassana in a Buddhist meditation. There is also Pasya word is there. Vipassana. Pasya means to see. Vipassa means the special way of looking. Vipassana, special way of looking at that. Pashyanti. Pashyanti means a sound which can be heard, which can be seen. A sound which can be seen. A sound in a form of light. So Pashyanti Nad means a sound which you can see. Pasya means to see. Just like when you in a dream, you can see the dreams with the colors, with the movements and all. Similarly, in the same way, there are some cosmic sounds which you can see as a light. And now the yogis can see those sounds. Yes, I'm grammatically right. They can see those sounds, not only here, but they can see those sounds. If I go a little bit with the science, then the speed of light. The speed of light, if somebody is in speed of light, the atoms changes into photons. And m, the value, the mass becomes 0. So those cosmic sounds which has more frequency than the light, they are the cosmic sounds which we say Pashyanti Nada. They can be heard by these practitioners. The practitioners, by several practice, they start looking at the sounds, the colors, or many other things. And many times in several books it is also called as ajapa. It is not by the effort of listening, these cosmic sounds come and then you know the light, by light you know, oh, the cosmic sounds are coming. These are called the Pashyanti Nada. Here I quote again a new term, that is Gagan. Gagan, very new, and in Nada Yogas we very frequently, in the Nada Yoga traditions, we very frequently use this word Gagan. The Gagan don't have any root word in Sanskrit. And many scholars try to understand from where this word came from. Very special word Gagan, but we don't know exactly what exact the root word. In Sanskrit, every word came from the root word, and root word has some specific meaning, and according to prefix and suffix and how the root word is used, we can understand the proper meaning of the term. But Gagan don't have any root word. After a lot of conversations and discussions, we came to know that Gagan is not actually a defined term, but it is just a sound like gun, 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 gun sound. And we say Gagan. We started calling it Gagan. It is just a sound. And what is this actually? Why I am talking about this? You see, this is the eyebrows, and above the eyebrows, behind your forehead, above the eyebrows, behind your forehead, there is a specific space, and this space is normally known as Gagan, and the sounds are coming from there. So Gagan means the sky or the space from where nada is coming, the sound is coming. So we listen the sounds here, somewhere here. So that's why it is called Gagan. Now, I want to just come to the levels. There are 5 levels of the practice. If you want to get the references, I quote here Hatyo Pradipika, Gherand Samhita, Hat Ratnavali. Go through these books. These are the Hatha Yoga texts. It is not the Tantric text. It is the Hatha Yoga text. Not only that, Gorakh Samhita, Shiv Samhita, Vasisth Samhita. If somebody want, because I'm talking fast, so those who want really, I can mail them the name of the books. These are all manuscripts which is actually written in hundreds of years back. So they termed this whole practice in the 5 levels. And the first level is Prarambh. Prarambh is again the word meaning we start. Let's start. The Prarambh means let us start. And we start our practice by harmonizing the mind and sound when become resonate. So we start this from some bakery outer sounds, or maybe the nasal sound of Soham, or maybe the Ujjayi breathing, maybe the bee humming bee practice, Brahmari. We start the practice. And by the practice, we try to harmonize, try to resonate our mind and sound together so that we can acquaintance with the sound. Look, we need to become a listener. Whatever sound, it is melodious or not, it doesn't matter. A practitioner should love sounds, whatever it is. It may be the sound of the waves of ocean, the sounds of the leaves of the tree, any type of natural sounds. When you love the sounds, chirping of the birds, the wind, or anyone, you resonate your mind with it, you harmonize your mind with it. And this resonance create a great role. That is what the Prarambh is. So in few months in the startups, what they do is they just listen. The guru used to say, keep quiet and listen. So few months the practitioner not speak, just listen. We need to learn how to listen. Many of you may say, oh, listening is the most easiest work. You listen. You don't do any effort for the listening, isn't it? But do one thing. Someday when you go to the morning walk, just think about you are going to be a listener. You will not talk, not speak, and not keep the songs or any type of earbuds, just listen the nature. And how many sounds you can listen. Go sometime near the river, in the forest, on the hills, on the mountains, and try to listen how many sounds you can listen. And many times I do with my students. My students surprises when they can listen in 30 minutes or 40 minutes, they can listen more than 100 different types of sounds. You never know about it. You never know there are hundreds of sounds outside. But it is surprising. You do once. Go there somewhere in nature. Go there in the mountains, in the rivers, in the forest. And spend 30 minutes there without thinking. Just listen. Just count how many sounds you can listen. Or if you have a diary, just write down how many sounds you can listen all around. And you will surprise. In 30 minutes, you can listen more than 100 different sounds. You never know that in one moment you are listening so many sounds. This is what the Prarambha is. When I say Prarambha, it means you are a listener. Then, when your listening habits get in a proper form, you gradually deepen your perception from the physical and sensorial experiences to the psychic and pranic experiences. The recognition of the point of light is drashta observing the awareness. Your awareness develops as a drashta, as a seer, as an observer. But here the merger of the drashta with that awareness takes place so that the whole personality is engulfed by the total awareness. And what is the total awareness? Every pore of your body is listening. It is not only the ear. You become a listener actually. You are the receptive. You accept all the vibration from outside. It's a merging as a listener and the sound. Then you reach to the third level, the parichay. And from here, the real Nada Yoga starts. Then surprising, you will start listening the cosmic sounds, as I said, Pashyanti Nada. And the fourth one is the Paranada. Paranada means a very special sounds which is coming from beyond. And here you get the divine sounds, the basic eternal sounds. Sometimes it sounds like the bell or conch, but it is not the simple bell or the imagination that you are listening bell or conch. And the next level is Pravah. The fourth level is called Pravah. Pravah means continuous flow. Then this divine sounds continuously running inside you. And then you can feel many type of mandalas, lokas. In all universe, you can go out of the body and see the universe in a great and different dimensions. There's so many mandalas, and then slowly we try to. Here, before I go further, I want to introduce a term Vyom. As I explained about the Gagan, Gagan means the space above your eyebrows, behind your forehead, the Chidakash, that is the Gagan. And now a new terminology, I am talking about the Vyoma. Vyoma is very specific space. I cannot say it is somewhere in the universe. I cannot say it is in your body or outside the body. This space really exists or not. But literature says, the holy texts say, there is some space beyond the space where all the multi-universe exist, and these are called the Vyoma. And then from the Vyoma, some sounds are continuously coming. And when you can listen those sounds, you can make yourself more pious. You can make connection to the nature, to the cosmos, to the universe, and you can experience these subtle space in the realm of unconscious and beyond. And the final state, where we can say the fifth level, the realization, where you got the absolute, that level is called Vilaya. Vilaya, where you become the saint complete, and you need not to practice anymore. Whatever you wanted, you got. You become the being, and it is a complete dissolution. Vilaya means complete dissolution. Completely you dissolved in the Supreme. So this is what the Nada Yoga is. And I'm telling you, especially when I talk this practice, since I belong to Nada Yoga tradition, so myself, my eyes start sparkling. I feel very deep emotional with my own words, what I'm using when I talk the Nada Yoga. I have varieties of experiences. Someday I would like to share those experiences which I felt during the practices. Those are really very strange, a tremendous effect in my life. That's why I am so much attracted with this practice. And someday if I get chance, then of course I would like to explain you in a great detail what it's just an overlook of Nada Yoga. But when you practice it, then you will really understand what I'm saying. And all the saints, if you see the Indian saints, you start from Kabir Sahib, Nanak Sahib, if you heard about some of the Indian saints, they all talked about the Nada Yoga. All. Gorakhnath, Shankaracharya, if you go or more before, the Patanjali, the Kashyap, the Parashar, the Vasistha, all talked about the Nada Yoga. So this is really a tremendous knowledge. And I hope if you get chance in your life, in spirituality, you must practice this. Well, if you have any question, you may ask. I think I'm getting very close to end up. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I completely understand the harmonizing with the singing of the birds and the sound of the sea. How do you what practical steps can you do to harmonize with disturbing sounds like people shouting, really horrible loud music when you're trying to sleep, building work? What practical steps do you do to harmonize with those type of sounds?
Nice question, Jill. The sounds, what we listen, mostly we connect those sounds with some of our psychology. If somebody is abusing me, then the sound of that man or woman affects, because I know the meaning of those sounds. I can correlate some psychological effect of those sounds. But when I say the Nada yogis, they don't find any meaning behind the sound. Let me explain a little more. Many times My foreigner friends, especially from Austria, from German, they used to come to Varanasi in my home place. And Varanasi, where I live, very crowded, very, very, very crowded place. And every time when they stay there, they always say, "Oh dear Rajesh, there is so many sound in your cities. People are chirping all the time." So, and especially one of my friend, she's especially many times asked me, queried me, that whenever she start meditation in my city, some dogs start barking. So it's really very, very disturbing since the dogs start barking and I cannot meditate. So what to do? And I used to say them, please, believe me, dogs don't know you are meditating. Dogs don't know. So they just bark. They just bark because what they can do. But what happened? We get connected. We need a silence when we do meditation. Otherwise, it's really difficult for me. We need to control our mind when there is the silence. If silence is not there, then we feel, oh, we cannot do anything. Means the sounds may disturb you because sounds give a special type of psychological connections. Suppose you live nearby the ocean and there is always the sound of ocean is going on. It sometimes few people raise this question too. How can people live in such a noisy place? Or if your home is somewhere in the mid of market, and especially in the Indian market, then you can listen the sounds 24 hours. And in India, the horns are allowed. So anytime, if there is a hospital, if there is people are sleeping, you don't mind, you can make horn as much as you can do. So 12 o'clock in the night, people are making horn and noise all around, and people are sleepy. My foreign friends used to ask me, how could you sleep in so much sound, so much noise? How could, and even in Varanasi, in my place, people woke up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. In your case, it is night. We say it is morning. So 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, we say it's the morning. Maybe you say it is a night. So in the morning time, they woke up and they don't mind other person is still sleeping. They make noises, they do the things with very strong sounds. And yes, then the Westerners, especially, they feel very, very disturbed. And then I have to say them, okay, listen the sounds. How many sounds you can listen? Okay, don't make the meaning of those sounds. What happens if dog barks, or if cat, or if any human or anybody makes sounds? Don't worry, just count the sound. How many sounds you listen at 4 o'clock in the morning? And if you are in India, then it is more than thousands. So 1,000 sound you can listen in the early morning, 4 o'clock. And when I say this, I mean to say, don't go to the meaning. If you avoid this psychological connection with the sound, then sound really not disturb you. This disturbance, the sense of disturbance, the sound disturbs you, it means you made some psychological connection with the sound, with that specific sound, with your mind. And what I want to say, Nada yogis disconnect this psychology behind some specific sound. They just listen the sound. They don't know what is the meaning of those sound, what are the source of those sound, who is speaking. but the sound is there. A human is speaking something. It's a sound, just a sound. I don't know in which language, what words, what has a meaning. And if you go through this way, then Jill, you will feel there is nothing to be worried about. This is only because there is a psychological connection. Are you getting me, Jill?
Yes, absolutely. I want people to be noisy now so I can try it out. Thank you.
Okay. Any more question? Raghu, you want to ask something?
No, I actually remembered one saying that it's our resistance to the sound that is noise, not the sound itself. during our previous Nada Yoga class with you in our uh, class, I remember this saying from Adrian. So I just wanted to add that. And but basically, I had a question which I think it's too late now already. Sometimes we get the headache when I listen to a lot of the sounds within my mind. So probably it also takes time until we go make the progress in this Nada Yoga, not real rushing, I guess.
Well, in short, actually, your question is very deep, but in short, I give you the solution just. If you feel headache with this practice, do the Brahmari as well as Mool Bandha. Okay, means
Okay.
practice Brahmari, the humming sound, and at the same time you practice the Mool Bandha, and
Okay.
quickly your headache go down. Okay, if you this headache came from the sounds, if the
Yep.
headache came from the sounds, it quickly uh, get finished and you release from the headache. But
Okay.
why
So should I
it
keep?
happens, maybe next class we'll discuss.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just last sentence. So I'll hold the Mula Bandha and then complete the
No,
Brahmari.
while doing the Brahmari
Okay.
practice, the same time you'd also practice the Mool Bandha. The same time,
Okay.
both
Got
together.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Okay, so great. Thank you for all of you to listening me so nicely. I'm really thankful to all. And these 5 days, my topic, I explained my different topics of the 5 days. I think today is the last day. Falguni will explain you about it. But one thing is that I really enjoyed with you these 5 days. If you want some more classes, some more special classes, Ritanveshi is going to start a new series, and maybe Falguni will explain what exactly she want from the next month. From the month of May, she reorganize the things, and then she will explain the things. Okay. Oh, Sarana has a question. Okay, okay. In short, I have no much time. But Serena, if you have question, then please ask. I heard that you
Yeah,
have some questions.
yeah. From last time after the session, was coming a question with about the meditation. When I feel really deep in the meditation and everything disappeared, afterwards the coming back feels super heavy. Everything like the body, and it's a huge difference between. And I wanted to ask why it is like, yeah.
Okay. Look, if you feel heaviness in a body, especially in the meditation, I'm not talking about the Nada yoga. If any type of prana, where the prana is involved in the practice, and if you feel headache or heaviness or body ache, it means you have some toxins in your body, right? And when you do some meditation practice or prana vidya practice or some practice with the prana, with the energy, these toxins actually get stimulated. And because of those toxins, these toxins are, you can say, accumulated uh, waste which somehow kept in your body or somewhere in, and if you need to detoxify your body, so what you do is there are so many practices of detoxifying. You can go by there are several types of fasting also, by foods or by fruits. There are so many. This is basically the problem of the two things, the function of liver and the circulatory system. So these two basic the reasons, because by these two ways, and when you do the practice like where prana is involved, your energy is involved, then it develops the heaviness either in a body or in a headache or somewhere the ache. So please go through the detoxification practices. It could be the by food also, by several juices, by herbs, by also by some yoga practices. If you detoxify yourself, it will be great, and you will see, yes, you can really change. So I hope, Sharaida, you
Thank
understand.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
You wanna say something? Okay. Falguni will talk to you something.
Hi, today we are having session together, and apologies, I was in mid of something when I joined. The session was started. I couldn't greet you all. First of all, thank you so much for being together from last 5 Sundays, and it was wonderful journey together, and we are hoping more beautiful journeys together in the Ritanveshi. And from next May month onwards, we are launching a Ritanveshi Global Talent Series, in which we are going to invite one talent to share the screen with Yogiraj through Ritanveshi platform, one expert in their field. And I invite you all to join that series, plus do the participation also. As I can see here, we are having experts in multiple fields here, like Jill in Yog Nidra and Jyoti in Hatha Yoga. We are having the multiple experts here, right? So I will personally invite everyone, I will talk to everyone, I will seek your timings and guidance, and we will discuss more about it, and I will share all the information with you. So thank you again for completing this whole series with us. And as a final note, let's have a screenshot together. Can I see a namaste from all of you today? So I can have a screenshot. Yeah, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm always here to connect with you anytime for your any query, for any discussion. I'm always here. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next series, next session. Let me connect with you, each and everyone, personally for discuss more on everything. Thank you. Namaste. Hari Om.
Thank you, Falguni.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.